Hello my friends, Ahsoka the Geek here, and for this review, we are going to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, the Flash movie, Batmobile. So here's the Batmobile in all of its 89 glory. I did get this McFarlane Batmobile from the McFarlane online store. I pre-ordered it as soon as the orders went available. I'm so excited to have this and to talk about it. So before we look at the vehicle itself, let's look at the packaging. So here is the big box that it comes in. Very basic box, which I like. It's very minimalistic, like the artwork on the sides. So there it is. That's what the box looks like. It really only comes with a trading card. So here's the trading card that it comes with. Comes in this nice plastic little sleeve, which I will definitely keep. Like the Batmobile, long forgotten and hidden away in the dark recesses of the Batcave. The Batmobile remains one of the greatest weapons of Batman's crime-fighting past. If only someone would rediscover it. Ooh, tantalizing. I like that. So that's super cool. There it is. There's the Batmobile. All right, so here it is. This is very exciting for a number of reasons. First of all, the fandom surrounding the 89 Batmobile, even after 30 plus years, is still so strong. I am a huge 89 Batman fan. 89 Batman, Michael Keaton is still my favorite Batman. This Batmobile is still my favorite Batmobile design. So to say that I'm excited about this is an understatement. I think a lot of people are excited, especially when you take into account that this Batmobile is basically sold out at most places. You can't even purchase it online currently. So there it is. But let's talk about the vehicle itself. So I showed you the trading card it came with. It also comes with the fins unattached, so I just had to pop them on. But that's really all that came in the packaging. Other than that, it comes fully assembled, and here it is. So right off the bat, the only thing that bothers me about this Batmobile is just the gray canopy. This looks like some sort of manufacturing error. It doesn't look intentional to me. I don't think it looks like this in the movie. I'd be surprised if it does. But it looks like more had to do with the type of plastic they used for the canopy. And I don't know, for some reason it came out looking like that. Still, it doesn't bother me that much. Like, you don't really notice it too much when you have it, in hand. I think it shows up even more on videos and pictures, but it's not a deal breaker for me. To me, this is still a phenomenal Batmobile. And then if we look at the detailing here, so there is the front of it with the fan, the engine. Love that. There's the lights. This doesn't light up, no electronics. There's the wheel with the Gold Bat logo. The side of it. This is where the guns would pop out, but no pop-out features. Then here is the back of the Batmobile. This piece does not open up. It's all a solid piece, but this looks great. And the canopy does open up, of course. You can put a figure in there. Let's open it up. You press this button here, and then you slide out the canopy, which is hard to do a little bit when you're holding it. But there you go. There's the canopy. And there is the inside of it. So nice detailing there, a lot of gauges. The steering wheel is built for one. This thing would have been humongous if it was built for two. So totally get why it's only built for one. So this is pretty fantastic. I mean, other than the canopy being gray, this is the Batmobile. This is the 89 Keaton Batmobile. I think it looks great. I like the paint or the plastic that they used for this. I've already seen some repaints that look phenomenal as well. But I'm very happy with this Batmobile. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I'm not very good at customizing, so I'm not going to try and repaint this guy. But to me, this is fantastic the way it is. I'm very happy with it. And there it is. All right, let's go ahead and play around with this a little bit. Let's put Michael Keaton in the canopy and see how he looks in here. Canopy sticks a little bit. There we go. All right, so here is the unmasked Michael Keaton. So we're going to put him in the Batmobile. Let's see how he fits. Fits great. Pop right in. I think you have to kind of slide him in there a little bit. There he goes. Yeah, and there's Michael Keaton in the Batmobile. I do have the standard issue Michael Keaton as well, the mass version, which I will put him in here as well and show you guys that on Instagram. But there's Michael Keaton there, so he fits fine. And then who else do we have? We also have the Mezco Batman that just released. He, to me, it looks a little bit small next to this Batmobile. I mean, it is a totally different scale, but let's see how he fits inside of the Batmobile. Kind of have to get the legs just right. We're going to see kind of how it fits in there. Maybe put him like this would be better. Sorry, you guys are seeing me do this live and fumbling through it. There he goes. Look, I got him in. There he is. So there is Mezco Batman inside of the Batmobile. And he looks pretty good in there. Can't really see him, but he looks pretty good in there. Alright, let's go ahead and take him out. Okay, so there's two different Batmans and how it goes in there. And why don't we do some comparisons? Let's see how this looks to a few other things. So first of all, next to Robert Pattinson, there he is on his Batcycle. So it looks pretty cool that you now have a Batmobile from the Burtonverse, and then you have the Pattinson on his Batcycle from the Pattonverse, or yeah, whatever you want to call it. But there you go. So that looks pretty cool. We'd love to get a 7-inch scale version of this guy's Batmobile. Maybe that'll be next if this one sells well. And then we have the Batmobeast. Look at this thing. Love this thing. It's ridiculous. So great. So there's just a comparison of how it looks next to the Batmobeast. So definitely longer than the Batmobeast, but obviously not as big since this is a big honking monster truck. Looks like this piece came undone. That's annoying, but I'll fix that later. But there you go. You get a good idea of how it looks. All right. Now let's also see how it looks next to the DC Collectibles animated Batmobile. It's a little dusty. My apologies. But there it is next to the animated Batmobile. As you can see, the animated Batmobile is still bigger, actually. It's longer and, I guess, taller and thicker than the Keaton Batmobile. This Batmobile actually seats two figures. So you can see that the cockpit there actually feeds two figures. They're smaller scale figures, though. They're really more like 6-inch figures. So it is smaller scale figures, but you can see how big the animated Batmobile is still compared to the beautiful new McFarlane Batmobile. But they look great together. Look at that. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. All right. That's embarrassing. But see how that just rolled off there? Okay. So there he is. I just wanted to get a different angle of these two together so you can kind of see how they work. Oh, this guy really wants to move. There you go. So, yeah. They look awesome. But, yeah, the animated one is definitely bigger. Alright. And then finally, stay with me guys, stay with me. We're going to compare it. I'm just going to show it next to the Lego Batmobile. So this is, this comparison isn't fair in any way because the Lego Batmobile is a totally different product. It's a Lego. So it's not meant to be a comparison of, which one's better because this is a totally different style and version than the Lego one. But as you can see, it's still about the same. Well, the Lego one, there we go. The Lego one is still a little bit longer, but not by much. Let's go a little lower there. Move this over here. You guys are seeing this live. No edits here on my channel. It's all raw footage. You guys are probably like, yeah, you should probably do some editing. But anyways, there it is. There it is. So, which one do I prefer? Again, these aren't fair comparisons because the Lego Batmobile is a Lego. It's something you build, and part of the experience or the joy of having a Lego Batmobile is just in the build itself. As far as screen accuracy, I got to give it to the McFarlane one just because it has more natural curvature than the Lego one. As you can see, the Lego one has more like straight lines because it's a Lego. It can't be that curved, unfortunately. So even though I love my Lego Batmobile, man, this Keaton one, the McFarlane one is just fantastic. It's got all the curves. It looks awesome. So I highly recommend the McFarlane one. The Lego one I still really love, but for the price, the Lego Batmobile retails for like $200. Now in the aftermarket, it's going for $300 to $400. Whereas the McFarlane one is going for like $60. I can't emphasize enough that you should grab this one if you are looking for a Keaton Batmobile. This is the best version and the most affordable version of this Batmobile. You know, the only other one you can look into is the Hot Toys Batmobile, which is getting a re-release later this year, but that's $700. So I would highly recommend this McFarlane one if you are looking to get a Batmobile. Again, the Lego one is awesome, but it's a Lego. It's not, you can't put a 7-inch figure in there. It's more just a cool looking Lego, which I love. It's a great Lego, but again, the McFarlane one is just spectacular. So let's get the Lego one out of the way. The other thing with the Lego one is that you have to handle it very carefully. I have broken it apart, or parts of it. I have broken it apart a few times just by moving it around. So the Lego one you have to be careful with. But with this 89 McFarlane one, you don't have to. But this is a beautiful hunk of plastic. Look at it. And do you like how Wonder Woman is dangling back there after she fell off the shelf? Oh man, that's hilarious. Okay, so there it is, guys. There is the McFarlane 89 Batmobile. We'd love to hear what you guys think. I've heard that Amazon has canceled a bunch of orders, so that sucks. But just keep looking out. I know they're gonna have more of these available. I've even heard that there's gonna be a re-release with a figure, perhaps. So keep an eye out for that release. But hopefully you should be able to get this fairly easily. And if you are gonna get it now, because this thing is only going to shoot up in price. I mean, if you look at the Kenner Batmobile and how expensive it is now, this thing is going to end up being the same way in a few years. And this thing is beautiful. I love it. Again, the only quibble is the canopy being gray. But other than that, I think it's just a beautiful, fantastic Batmobile. All right. That's about it, folks. Apologies for that super rambly, unorthodox, messy review, but hopefully I gave you enough information to make an informed decision on whether or not you are going to be purchasing this Batmobile or not. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching as always, and take care.